I got a double kill. Let's go. I saw two. I lined it up. Kaboom. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is PzBtl as always, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year whenever you end up seeing this. For me, today is actually Christmas Day, or the very end of Christmas Day that I'm recording this, so whenever you end up seeing this, I hope you're having a great time with your family, and or playing a lot of War Thunder. But what I have for you today is a review of the Leopard 2A4, or the Leopard 2 Panzer Battalion 123. Let me bring up the stat card here. This is just a Leopard 2A4, but it has a really cool camo net, and this camo net actually will match the various camos you can unlock over time, which is kind of cool. So use this winter camo, and you have this nice white winter camo net that goes with it. The brown camouflage, which is like more deserty, also does the same. So that's kind of cool. And I just think it looks good. But the main draw to this tank is that honestly it is kind of a top tier premium. I mean, you have this thing that's the Leopard 2A4M Canadian, which is at 11.7, but honestly, being that high BR, having to deal with stuff like T90Ms that are made of absolute stellinium without too much better armor than the other version, in fact, like almost none, is kind of worthless. So why buy this thing when you can literally research everything with the this tank, which is effectively the same, but one whole BR ranking lower. You know, I would recommend this one probably. It's pretty good. It's a very well-rounded vehicle. I've had this tank for quite a while, and I've used it a good bit. I have a positive KD, which for me is crazy because I suck. 3 million SL or so that I've made, and about a 250,000 research that I've made with it, which, I mean, of course, is not that impressive because I have a lot of more research to do. But I have spent a good bit of time in Germany using this tank, and I have gotten quite a bit through the tech tree with this. I mean, some of this I grinded myself anyway, but this has been a huge helper in getting up there. Starting with the important stuff, we have the round it carries. So the best round that it'll carry out of the box is this DM23 here with 410 millimeters of penetration at point blank range. This round pretty much is enough to kill anything, so you don't really need to use anything else. What I usually do, since it's sometimes easy to get killed if you carry full ammo, because of this absolutely gargantuan ammo rack you've got here, I usually only take about, I think I take 24 Sabo rounds, which are the darts that I just showed you, the DM23. And then I take a couple of heat rounds just for to be, I put in quotes, high explosive, for annoying to kill targets. Like, think stuff like Pantsers, which you won't see anyway because it's 12.0, but light armored stuff that you might want to use an HE round for. I carry like 4 of them. It's not a big deal, but you can carry. I don't remember how much it is. It says 42 rounds here. I would recommend against carrying that much. Most of it will go up here of what you will carry, and then the rest of it is right here, which is right where your weak spot is. So you don't want to give your enemy something really easy to kill you with. So I would be recommending against you putting a huge amount of ammo here. If it gives you a chance to survive, I would go with it. Also, you get a laser rangefinder, which you will use pretty much constantly. I have it bound to a little button on my mouse. I quickly click it, and it instantaneously will lock on targets, just like that little video down there showed. It has thermals, but they're absolutely garbage, as you will see in this clip. They are really, really hard to use. I mean, it's better than not having them, I think, sometimes. Like, if you have a hard time seeing something, or if you think it's a tank but you're not quite sure, you could see the heat signature. So the thermals are there, but they're nothing as good, in my opinion, as any of the Russian tanks at the same or lower BR, which have these like absolutely godly, like better than actual real life American thermals for some dumb reason. Just keep that in mind. That's a little bit of a disadvantage, but they do help sometimes. Like, sometimes you can see targets. You can see helicopters, for instance, with them pretty easily. You get smoke grenades, which is great. Artillery, awesome. Pretty good reward multiplier. The machine gun, the top machine gun and the whole machine gun are kind of useless, but they are there, so you can use them in theory to shoot at targets for teammates, to mark them for teammates, if that makes sense. But that's about it. And maybe damage an aircraft. You can kill helicopters with it. I've done it. but it's hard. So don't expect this thing to like Mac cannon something. That's not what an MG3 does. For armor, this tank is okay, I would say, in comparison to other things. It's not as bad, I would say, as the Abrams, where, like, if you shoot the Abrams, like, here, it dies. But the Leopard also has the same problem, which, I mean, I guess it's a tank design flaw issue, but you shoot a Leopard here, and it'll at least destroy the breach, if not do more damage. If the Leopard gets shot here with a Sabo round, like right in this little section of the tank, even sometimes right here, the round will go through and kill at least your loader, probably damage your breech, and take out your engine at the very minimum. Um, if you're looking at the tank like this, and any tank right can shoot you right down in this little area, and it'll go through, and it probably will kill your crew and take out your engine. Um, there are some interesting things though. It will survive a surprising number of side shots. So sometimes if a round goes like right here and they think it'll be a kill shot, it just won't kill you, and it might take out your commander and your loader, and that's it. So these two guys. And so that's kind of nice. I put in quotes. I mean, you'd rather not take damage at all, but at least you didn't die, right? Um, so there's a chance you survive a shot straight from the side, which is kind of wild. Um, Head on, if the round hits you here, some tanks will go through it, like an Object 292, which is this thing with the absolute Omega cannon, the 152 millimeter. That thing will pen anything. It'll pen right through the front of your turret, but otherwise, most tanks won't. And so that's kind of nice. One thing that I got really annoyed with the Abrams is that pretty much any shot that pens your armor will take out your turret drive. I don't know. It doesn't happen very often that the turret drive of this tank ever gets taken out. So that's much better as well. And BR placement. Honestly, its BR is okay. I think it's a little over BR'd in comparison to stuff like the T72 because honestly, this doesn't do too much more than that, but it's okay where it is. Your lineup stuff, you have quite a bit of cool options to go with it. And of course, you've got a Leopard 2A4 to go with a Leopard 2A4. I mean, they're identical effectively, other than the cool camo net. So you could get the Tech Tree one. You have stuff like the Strela, which just came out, which is ridiculously overpowered. You also have the Osa, which just came out, which is a pretty good AA, but it's dodgeable at least. The Roland, which is not as good. Various Gepards as AAs. You have also the Puma, the first one, not the second one, that you could fit there without up tiering yourself. If you have it, the event vehicle, or you want to buy it from the store for a bajillion dollars, the Vilcas, and by that I mean like the market, community market. But the Vilcas is at the same BR, and it's a lot of fun. And so there's quite a few options you can use with, and I like up tiering the Leopard 2K, which I have here because it's one of my favorite tanks. I don't know why, it just is. Now, some downsides to this tank, as I said, also with the taking damage part. Any round effectively that a player puts like right here, of course, will destroy your breach. The breach is pretty big. I mean, that's kind of expected, though. It's really easy to take the breach out if you get what I'm saying. Reverse speed and your advancement speed is pretty good, but you are slower than some other tanks like Abrams, and you're definitely slower than wheeled tanks. These external fuel tanks are really easy to catch fire. Usually, if the external fuel tank just gets hit, so like say a round like goes from here, like where I'm pointing, straight into the tank, it'll just catch the outside of the tank on fire, and it'll say, "This fire cannot be put out by an extinguisher." And you can't, because it's just the fire from the outside tank. But it makes you like kind of think that you're on fire, and so you kind of freak out a little bit, because that's just a psychological thing in my part. You could say it's a skill issue. You're probably right, but I've found that a lot of my deaths, it's usually like I'll survive the first shot, and then it'll be like I'll get caught on fire multiple times until I die. So that's something that um, is good, that the armor is actually that good, but sometimes it's not. But if the enemy tank shoots first, top tier tends to be kind of laser tag. The enemy tank shoots first, just to kind of expect a top tier, like a T80 UD or something, to probably cripple your tank in one shot. That's something to be expecting. So I look at some of the things you're going to be facing in the Leopard 2. You're going to be looking at this thing because you're in the German team. You will be facing the United States every once in a while. There are a lot of Abrams players, a lot of specifically the M1 KVT players, which is literally just this tank but dressed up to look like a Russian thing. And the easiest way to deal with this tank right here is a little uh, kind of not shot trap, but you put the round like right literally anywhere in this little turret cheek area, including hitting the turret cheeks here. And you will take out the entire turret crew in one shot. So at a reasonable engagement distance of 500 meters, the lower front plate is pretty thick, but there is a chance you will pen it. Point blank range, you're going to go through. You might just kill the driver. At 100 meters point blank range, you're probably going to go right through it and take out a bunch of stuff, at least the engine, right? The easiest way to just take the thing out is put it around right there, and that'll wipe out effectively everything. Those are pretty easy to deal with, and a lot of, unfortunately, as a US main, a lot of the US players are not good and will just get obliterated by you. So that's it. The M1128, as while I'm here, it will also be there a lot. You'll see this thing a lot. It's kind of weird that I seemingly am shooting. I will shoot a round through it like right here, which is where the ammo carousel is, and it just won't kill it. And so that's kind of weird. That's really well modeled. That's new. But like the ammo is here, right? And it just won't detonate for some reason. I don't really get why. But the easiest way to take out this thing is to shoot it further this way, not like towards the ammo, which is in the back, but like right here. Or if you're looking head on, you just put it around like right to the right, not like right through the middle, but to the right a little bit, and you'll take everything out of it. Don't shoot up here; it's a waste of time. Even though you will take out the breach, it's a waste of time because you won't actually take out the crew. The Soviets, this T-72 Terms is a packed vehicle, which will also probably be on sale at the same time as the Leopard. So you'll see quite a few of these. For all Russian and Chinese tanks, put around right through here, and it'll destroy everything. Ideally, anyway. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes magically your round will just pass through their ammo carousel, taking out multiple shells, and it won't detonate. Other times you'll get a nice, entertaining turret toss. Shoot it there, and it dies. Shoot it like here, and it usually dies. Usually aim lower, and it will take it out. And then if you're from behind the tank, you just put the round pretty much anywhere, and it will be combat ineffective afterwards. BMP2 has 0 armor, but for the BMP2, this is the M, the one you can get for squad research. There's actually an ammo rack here that's pretty easy to hit, which is kind of funny. This will insta kill the tank, or just put around to the dead center, but not here. It might ricochet. Put around like here. 2S38. You'll see billions of these because, yeah. Dead center usually will kill it. Sometimes it won't. And if you see it from the side, shoot the front, which is the little angular side. Put around like right here. You'll take out the crew. That's all you need to worry about is the crew. And another tank that you will consistently see, actually, which is kind of surprising, is a Swedish tank. This is a Leopard 2A4 again, but this is the Christian 2, the Swedish premium. There are a bazillion of these out running around. You need to know how to take out your own tank. One of the places that you can hit with low possibility of, hitting things consistently, you can hit the Abrams shot trap. It doesn't really work, but you can do some damage that way. You can actually pen pretty much the entire front plate of the Leopard, but from a long range, like 500 meters, you're not going to necessarily do that much damage. Now, that one did more than what I saw earlier, but that you still didn't wipe out the crew. Most combat, ironically, happens at point blank range at top tier. Most of it does anyway. So if you put around here at 200 meters, you're probably going to do more. See engine, driver, gunner, which is pretty good. But if you only take out the gunner, of course the commander can take over and shoot at you. So keep that in mind. Put the round over to the right, you take out the engine again, and you hit some of the lower ammo carousel. Most players know not to take full ammo, so you may not hit anything. They may only have the 15 or whatever in the blowout panel. So you may not hit anything over there. So just keep that in mind. It may take more than one shot to take out one of these tanks. Um, if you, I guess, shoot the left of the Leopard to you, so like the left facing you, you get a insta kill. Um, but so that's possible. It's not always possible, but it is a possibility, if that makes sense. And that's the Christian too, which probably, since the uh, Panzer Battalion 123 is so good, that one's probably a good buy as well at some point. Um, and then finally, the various Chinese tanks. I'm going to look at the ZTZ 96 because I have it, but also because it's convenient. The answer to taking out every single Chinese tank, all of them, is to shoot it right there, and they're gone. Lower front plate, easiest place to shoot it. See, there's no composite armor at all, even though there's a little bit up here. There's a lot of it up here, um, but there's absolutely no composite armor whatsoever down here. Put the round through here, you hit everything in the carousel, you hit this little front rack, you kill the driver, you take out the gunner, commander, or you just detonate the ammo and get a nice little turret toss. Either way, you're instantly taking out the thing if you shoot this front plate. Um, Same thing from the side, effectively. Just hit it anywhere and you'll take it out, and behind you'll hit it anywhere and take it out. Just don't shoot at, if you have to shoot at anything on the turret, like you can't see this, like it's hull down or something, hit, like literally try to hit the barrel. Like if you can do that, like try to just literally hit the breech, hit the barrel, because you're probably not going to pen any of this if you don't. And even then, like if you look at this is a little messy, a little goofy. This is not actually like it's like the armor plate keeps going even though it shouldn't. So there's not actually any leeway here into hitting the back of the turret crew. It's just a big plate. And as a last little bit, at top tier in Germany, or at least at 10.7 in Germany and around, because I don't really care about it being right at the BR. Just like 10.7, 10.3, 10.0. You've got some pretty good options for close air support. I, of course, just use, since I don't have much else, I just use this Tornado IDS, which is also a pack vehicle that I made a guide about. Little plug there. Uh, but I use this thing quite a bit, and it is at 10.3. There is also this 10.3 SU-22. What's cool about this one in particular, these SU-22s, is that they have these really big rockets, the S-24Bs, with a huge amount of explosive filler. These rockets are kind of ridiculous and really fun. You also have some laser guided missiles, these Kinsals, Kinsal 29s, and other things. And even some manual missiles, even though those are kind of hard to use. S-25Os with 58 kilograms of rockets. Those are kilograms of explosive. That's ridiculous. These things would be a lot of fun. Like carrying two of these and maybe four of these, or two of these, a laser guided. Some combination of that. You can have a lot of fun with this plane. And I think it's supersonic, so you can fly pretty quickly. And then honestly, even though it doesn't have flares, obviously, and it doesn't have anything like that, you could just use an ME-262. I've used this thing a few times with the 50 millimeter, and just flown around taking out light armored targets, which is really fun, by the way. So you can just do that too, just fly low so the SAMs can't see you. And you could take stuff out like that. Right, so you've got quite a lot of cool things to fly around, and there's some good helicopters too, like this one, Mi-24P. Well, that's pretty much all I can think of for this tank. The matchmaker's a little messed up right now because of the event we've got going on right now for the winter vehicles, for like the T80UD and stuff. So people are kind of crazy right now, but once the matchmaker settles out and all the players are not just farming for the event as crazily, the matchmaker will be pretty fun. A lot of players that are just grinding, passively. There will be, frankly, quite a bit of Christmas noobs that will be, fun farmable with this. And if you are one of those, congratulations, welcome to the game. I hope you enjoy. And don't get too upset when you get killed a few times. They give you 20 backups when you buy this pack, which is kind of cool. They didn't used to do that. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to watch other videos, such as my, conjoining by accident, actually, I didn't really think about that. Tornado IDS WTD61 video, you can go find that one. And that's going to be linked in the description and also in the end card here. So if you that's going to be helpful. Go watch that as well. If you enjoy my content and other content like that, please subscribe. and have a good time. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Peace.